Hi YouTube, my name is I'm sitting on the floor of my bathroom because this is where the good lighting is. If you don't mind the echo, I will begin to speak. So today, I'm going to talk about a little, I don't know, when I was younger, you know what's funny? I can say that now and like have memories about when I was like 10 years younger, because like when I was like 7, I couldn't be like, yeah, like 5 years ago I did this, because I didn't fucking remember anything, but I remember shit from a decade ago, and that means I'm getting old, which means I'm closer to paying mortgage and having to pay for insurance and having to go to a 9 to 5 and anyway, right now I'm 19 and I don't have to worry about most of that. When I was younger, like GPS came out. I don't know anything about like GPS other than the fact that 1, it stands for Global Positioning System, and 2, it fucking sucks if you're walking around in a city with high rises. But I have to use GPS every day for my job because I do deliveries, and I kind of thought about how like convenient it is. And I was like, how would someone do my job like 20 years ago, you know? Like, people did deliveries a long time ago, but it's like, when you have like a list of like 9 houses to go to, like all over one city, it's like, how do you know? Like, you can look at a map, but like, how do you really know? You know what I'm saying? So, I was gonna just talk about when I was younger and how like GPS has evolved. I don't know why I want to talk about GPS, it just kind of like was an idea. And a little story that comes with it. So when I was younger, I remember we used to go through GPSs like we'd go through like toilet seat covers, because that makes sense. I think my dad had maybe like 4 GPSs like in a span of like 2 or 3 years, because they'd always break. I don't know what the issue was. Like they always just, because it was what, like the early 2000s, technology was evolving, but it was still kind of shitty, and GPS was just evolving too. So it was like GPS was like probably like kept for like police, ambulances, stuff like that, and then like it became more accessible to other people. I'm assuming probably was used for like science and shit, but it was used for cars in the early 2000s. I remember my dad had a GPS. I was like, what's that? And like you'd have to, it was like a physical like block. It was like, what do I compare it to? It's like, we have nothing like these anymore. We have like iPhones and TVs. It was just like this block that was like this size. You put it like on like a little arm thing that you like attach to your window, so you could like look up and be like, oh yeah, I gotta turn right in 2 miles, you know? And those little things you would suction to the window never fucking stayed up. They always fell off. That's why we don't do window suction things anymore. My dog is coming downstairs. Come here. This is my dog. He does not want to be here. Hi. I remember seeing my dad use it for the first time, and like he had to like a little keypad would pop up, and you had to like put in the house number, then a different screen would show up, put in the street, different screen would show up, put in the city, different screen would show up, put in the, you had to put in everything separately, and then it would like generate the route based on where you were, and then basically how the GPS works. But the GPS voices, I remember they were all super robotic and unnatural, and it was just uncomfy to listen to. And like GPSs were like super customizable back then. Right now they're really not customizable, because like why would you want to customize your GPS app? But back then you could like, the little car like on the screen that would move with the map, you could pick a color for your car, you could pick a color for like your streets, you could pick colors for everything. You could pick the voice after like a few years afterwards. You could pick voices different. You could pick a male voice, female voice, British accented voice, literally all sorts of different shit happened. It was really weird. The thing about early GPSs though, GPS was not accurate enough for like people to be selling these things. It was pretty accurate for the most part. Like most of the time we used it, we didn't run into any problems, except for sometimes it was like you would get into a certain area and the signal wouldn't be strong enough, so it would lose where you were, and it would just kind of guess where you were. It was very, very spotty. It's like that sometimes now, but it's not nearly as fucked up as it was back then. Because here's what happened one time. My dad, we were driving home from my aunt's house, his sister's house, in the middle of the night. It probably was like 9 o'clock. I was like 7 or 8 or 9 or something. And like the route that we always took was like really shady for no reason. Like there was another way out. We just always took the fucking worst route because of the GPS. I don't know. the thing about GPS is that I appreciate now is you can like pick what kind of road you want to use, like they give you alternate routes and stuff, because they would be like, the ones to be like, you're going this way, down this abandoned ass road with 2 houses and no streetlights, and you're gonna fucking deal with it. Because those things did not reroute fast. Those things rerouted very slowly, so it's like you can make a wrong turn and be like, where do I go for the next 2 minutes? So, but anyway, we were driving home, and there's like this little like bridge, because like there's a river that goes around, I think it was the DuPage River, I don't know. But there's like this one lane bridge. It was like not a dirt road, but it was like a 1-lane road or some shit. It was really fucking creepy. It was the middle of the night, no street lights. So we drove over this bridge. This bridge scared me so much. I fucking hate 1-lane bridges. They're so fucking scary. But anyway, drove on the bridge, pitch black outside. I was like in the backseat, kind of falling asleep, but also like, where the fuck are we? You know? And the GPS like starts losing where we are. Like it's like it keeps trying to reroute, and like it keeps spinning around, and it's like very confused. And we're like, because we just left her housewarming party. Housewarming party. We have never been in this woman's house before until that day, so we did not know where we were going. So, and we had just moved to the city, so it was like we didn't know where we were going or coming from because everything was new to us. So, unfortunately, we were confused, and my mom was scared, and I was also kind of scared. The GPS literally told us, turn left at like one point, and to the left was like the fucking river. I was like, this GPS is racist and trying to kill black people. Like, that's the tea on that. No, but seriously, like, I was like, and my dad looked to the left and he was like, we're not turning left. And I was like, ha, very funny, because if you did, I'd probably, well, I'd die. I would die. So that's not funny, but okay. Anyway, we kept driving forward for a while, and then eventually we like ended up on a street with lights, and the GPS finally like was fine. But it was fucked up, because stuff like that would happen all the time. But you know what's more important than GPS before we even had that shit? MapQuest, bitch. MapQuest. MapQuest, literally, I remember, like, I would have to go somewhere where I'm like, I'm gonna look up the directions on MapQuest. She would go in, put that shit in MapQuest, point A, my home address, point B, the YMCA or some shit. She would print the fucking directions out, hold it in one hand, drive with the other hand. Do y'all know how unsafe that shit was? Like, I think the whole point of MapQuest was like, you give the passenger the directions, I don't know, so they can read them to you, but like, I was like too young to be reading directions. I mean, I was not, I could read, but it was like, I wasn't like accustomed to driving and how that worked, so I wasn't like really ready reading directions to my mom who was driving. But like, it was just like stuff like that, where it was like, we had to print out MapQuest directions, and it was like, if you miss a turn, and like, MapQuest is not rerouting, MapQuest gives you the directions, and if you don't follow them, you're fucked, basically. Cause there's no rerouting MapQuest. And like, even before MapQuest, like the whole map situation, like there's a map of Illinois and like different regions, and well, there was in my mom's old car. And we were like, when I was like the very early 2000s, because that's how you got around. There was no MapQuest. There probably was MapQuest, but probably wasn't like accurate or something, I don't know. There was no GPS like in 2004, so we had to use a literal map. Like, pull over to the side of the road, open up this big ass map, and find where you were. It was, that's just, So all I want to say is that I'm thankful for GPS, because that shit really pulled through. It really pulled through. And now we have SnapMap, and I don't know how it benefits anybody, but we have SnapMap now. We have Instagram locations. You can brag about where you are on vacation. We've got Pokemon Go. That's the only shit that GPS did good for anybody, was Pokemon fucking Go. But anyway, I've got to go. That was not on purpose. But I've got to go because I gotta go order a pizza, because my mom told me I could get pizza. So I'm gonna order a pizza. So, thanks for tuning in, and have a blessed day.